Hello everyone. Some bridges can be downright scary, while others are marvels of engineering genius. But whether they are terrifying or awe-inspiring, they're always fascinating. These aren't the ordinary bridges we cross daily. We've put together a collection of the most extraordinary ones from around the world, so let's get it on. People have long used drawbridges to let ships pass, but they keep coming up with creative alternatives. A great example is the Millennium Bridge in northern England, the world's first tilting bridge. When a vessel approaches, the bridge tilts to let it through. Naturally, pedestrians aren't allowed on it at that moment, but once, a daredevil attempted to cross it while it was moving. The Breathtaking viaduct in Myanmar is an awe-inspiring yet somewhat frightening sight. Once the largest railway viaduct in the world, it measures 689 meters in length and towers 102 meters above the ground. Remarkably, it was built in 1899 during British colonial rule. Today, it remains one of the country's most famous landmarks. Trains travel slowly across the bridge to prevent further wear on the century-old structure, which is no longer in the best condition. Still, it provides passengers with ample opportunity to gaze down at the deep chasm beneath. At first glance, the Nanpu Bridge in Shanghai may not seem particularly remarkable, but trust me, it's called one of the most beautiful bridges in the world for a reason. Just take a look at the stunningly intricate road interchange it flows into. Because of its unique design, it's sometimes referred to as the Spiral Bridge, and at night, the city lights make it an absolutely mesmerizing sight. Unlike a regular bridge, a viaduct links two elevated points, not two shores. The Millau Viaduct, built in France in 2004, is still the tallest in the world. One of its pylons reaches a height of 343 meters, which is 19 meters higher than the Eiffel Tower. The total length of the bridge is 2,460 meters. In essence, it's more than just a road suspended in the air, it's a remarkable feat of human engineering. Another incredible structure from China is the Zhangjiajie Glass Bridge, located in the national park of the same name. Spanning 430 meters in length and 6 meters in width, it stretches 300 meters above the ground. Its transparent glass floor gives visitors a breathtaking view of the canyon below. The bridge also features a bungee jumping platform with a staggering 300-meter drop, making it the highest in the world. Would you dare to walk across it? Let us know in the comments. This is why it's crucial to consider a vehicle's weight when crossing a bridge.
Ooh. Wow.
Oh, Jesus, look at what? Look at
the dip.
Oh.
This bus exceeded the allowed limit, but luckily, nothing bad happens this time.
Okay.
Nobody wants on that bridge.
Look at that.
Oh my God. Are you videoing?
Yeah. Holy cow, look at that.
Who spoke?
I don't know.
Somebody's not from around here.
Oh, yes.
No one would want to end up living under a bridge, but that's exactly what the people in a Chinese village did. They transformed this unusual predicament into something extraordinary. They built a 400-meter-long housing complex on the bridge, blending Chinese and European architecture into an awe-inspiring sight for visitors. This highway is a strong argument in the discussion about reducing traffic jams. Many think wider roads will fix the issue, but this 50-lane freeway clearly shows that's not the case. The road between Beijing and Zhuhai is one of the busiest in the world. It was originally designed to handle 20,000 vehicles per day, but by 2007, traffic had already doubled to 40,000 cars daily. The worst congestion occurs on the eve of Chinese New Year. Mount Hua in China is not for the faint-hearted. One of its trails is ominously called the Plank Walk of Death, which is enough to scare off the unprepared. Yet, thrill seekers line up to take on the challenge. Despite the many safety harnesses, there are no railings along the way. Vizcaya Bridge is a remarkable engineering feat, connecting the towns of Portugalete and Las Arenas in Spain's Biscay province. Completed in 1893, it was the world's first transporter bridge, carrying both people and vehicles across on a suspended gondola. Standing 45 meters tall with a central span of 160 meters, the bridge's gondola can carry up to 6 cars and several dozen passengers at a time, crossing the river in just 90 seconds. The bridge operates 24/7, transporting about 6 million people annually.
Необычно. Первый раз в жизни я делаю такой подвиг.
Ну, попробуем заснять это от первого лица, как говорится. О, блин. Сань, чуть правее.
There are times when something as simple as crossing a bridge turns into an act of heroism. The Vitim Bridge in Russia is considered one of the most dangerous crossings in the world, which is why traffic has been officially banned since 2016. Despite this, some daredevils still try to cross it, even in trucks, even after ice floes have taken out some of its supports. There are no guardrails, so all they have to depend on is their driving skills, and of course, a bit of luck.
Это сколько надо иметь мужества, чтобы на большой машине здесь поехать. Мост довольно-таки длинный. Едем потихоньку.
Imagine driving across a bridge when suddenly it disappears right into the water. That's exactly how the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel works, a unique structure that connects Virginia with the East Coast. This engineering marvel stretches over 28 kilometers, featuring bridges, causeways, and 2 underwater tunnels. This allows ships to pass above while cars dive below the surface. It's one of the most breathtaking roads on the planet. Sometimes, a true engineering marvel can be found in the most unexpected places. The Dachstein Bridge in Austria is a perfect example. It's built directly on a glacier at an altitude of 2,700 meters, stretching 100 meters long. To reach it, you'll need to take a cable car. However, if you want to fully enjoy the mountain views, make sure to check the weather forecast in advance, or you might find yourself in a situation like this. Not far from Dachstein, there's another nerve-wracking attraction for thrill-seekers. At over 2,000 meters above sea level, tourists can experience what's called the Stairway to Heaven. If you manage to keep your knees from shaking, you'll be rewarded with stunning views of the Dachstein Glacier and Austria's highest peak, the Grossglockner. This astonishing piece of engineering really makes you stop and think. Instead of building a bridge for vehicles over the water, the engineers did the opposite. They made the water flow right over the bridge. The Öresund Bridge is a truly majestic structure. Its impressive size is no coincidence. It connects 2 countries, Denmark and Sweden. Stretching 16 kilometers in total, it includes a 4-kilometer underwater tunnel. Additionally, the bridge features a railway, making it the longest combined road and rail bridge in Europe. At first glance, this bridge may remind you of a roller coaster, but it's actually more like driving a Japanese roller coaster in your own car. The Ishima Ohashi Bridge can appear pretty terrifying, but in reality it only feels dangerous from the outside. The empty spaces in the structure create the illusion of a steeper slope, while in the car, the unevenness is barely felt. Still, its other name, Beta Fumizaka, which translates to pedal to the metal hill, suggests that if you don't floor it, you won't make it up the bridge. It seems China's on a mission to set a record for the most unique bridges, and the Ruyi Bridge is yet another example. While it doesn't aim for records in length or height, its design certainly turns heads. With 2 winding levels that visitors can walk along and a glass structure that adds an extra thrill, this bridge is truly one of a kind. Imagine a bridge not for cars, but for boats. Now check out how it actually looks. The Sarthe Canal in Belgium is an engineering marvel, stretching 498 meters and connecting 2 waterways, while transporting 80,000 tons of water. Built with 65,000 tons of concrete, it's so seamlessly integrated into the landscape that it could easily be mistaken for a regular road. Who said roundabouts can't be beautiful? Actually, there is no actual roundabout here, and drivers have no choice but to go straight ahead. So, why the unusual bridge design? First of all, the creators of this structure in Uruguay wanted to make more than just a crossing. They aimed to create a landmark. Secondly, the design helps separate opposing traffic flows, reducing the risk of accidents. And since the speed limit on the bridge is set at 30 km/h, drivers have time to enjoy the local scenery. It's an engineering design that balances both aesthetics and function. Can crossing a bridge become an unforgettable experience? If it's one of London's bridges, absolutely. Before you step on it, you'll want to pull out your camera as the bridge first opens up in front of you. It must feel so strange to walk over water where just a minute ago there was nothing. At first glance, this pedestrian and cyclist bridge in Copenhagen may seem like just another modern design, but it has a unique feature. Since ships pass through the city's inner harbour, the bridge needs to lift to let them through. To do this, the bridge is divided into several segments that open up when needed. If an architect designs a bridge that looks like an amusement park ride, you know they did something right. This unusual bridge in Japan is mainly intended for tourists who can take their time cruising down at 40 km/h while enjoying the scenic views. What's even more impressive is that it was built back in 1982. Some places in the world are simply too stunning to walk away from without taking a photo, and the Golden Bridge in Vietnam is a perfect example. At first glance, it's just a 150-meter-long pedestrian bridge, but what sets it apart are 2 massive stone hands that seem to cradle the structure. Though purely decorative, they give the bridge its distinctive charm. Not surprisingly, ever since it was built, tourism in the area has skyrocketed. The bridge leading to Mount A. Petri is in Crimea, and it's definitely not a place you'd want to go without safety gear. After all, the suspension bridge hangs at 1,234 meters above the ground, and those wooden planks don't exactly inspire confidence. Some places are so intriguing that you can't help but want to take a peek inside. What about a bridge? The Ponte Vecchio in Florence is a perfect example. It's much more than a bridge. It's a historical treasure in its own right. Built in 1345, it was once a bustling market, and since the 16th century it's been known as the Golden Bridge, home to jewelers' shops. These still remain today, making the Ponte Vecchio a jewel not only in terms of architecture, but also history. Sometimes, structures become monuments to their era. This is somewhat true for the Brookport Bridge, which connects Kentucky and Illinois. Built in 1929, it was magnificent at the time. However, today, its narrow lanes and grated surface make it quite difficult to cross. Most commercial vehicles can't pass through. Just take a look at how closely the opposing traffic flows pass by each other. If you think this bridge looks incredibly long, you're absolutely right. It's the longest suspension bridge in the world, stretching 721 meters and located in the Czech Republic. The fear might not leave you for a second, but the unforgettable experience will make it all worth it. Switzerland is renowned for its breathtaking natural landscapes, and while you can admire them from anywhere, the Trift Bridge, hanging 100 meters above the lake of the same name, stands out as one of the best spots. Originally built by an energy company for work in the area, it was later upgraded and opened to the public. Since then, visitors have been able to stand there speechless as the sight is simply overwhelming. The Gulch Viaduct is one of those structures built long ago, yet it still impresses with its craftsmanship. It remains the largest brick viaduct in the world, and it's unlikely that will change anytime soon. Standing at a height of 74 meters, it was opened in 1851, and it continues to serve as part of the high-speed route connecting Dresden and Nuremberg. Looks like people in Denmark are not keen on building conventional bridges. The Circle Bridge, inspired by sailboats, is designed for both pedestrian traffic and various types of maritime vessels. The platforms can be raised to let small boats pass, while for larger vessels, the central section slides aside. The bridge can be operated by ship captains, making it more flexible and user-friendly. If there were an award for the world's most unusual engineering structures, the Slauerhof Bridge in the Netherlands would be a top contender. Its mechanism is hard to imagine until you see it in action. Often called the Flying Drawbridge, it earns its name. When a ship needs to pass, a section of the bridge lifts into the air using a special system before settling back into place. Take a look at this pedestrian bridge design in Singapore. Its double helix shape is inspired by the structure of human DNA. The bridge also offers stunning views of the city and ocean, making it a popular spot for photo shoots. When it gets dark, it starts to glow with a variety of lights. The lights are labeled with pairs of colored letters C, G, A, and T. At night, they shine in red and green, representing cytosine, guanine, adenine, and thymine, the four base components of DNA. This bridge might have gone unnoticed if it weren't for one unique feature. The Tianjin Eye in China is the world's only Ferris wheel built directly into a bridge. With a diameter of 110 meters, it takes 30 minutes to complete a full rotation. The view from up there is simply spectacular.